Let's get into this next art chat where the Pula Festival of African Music. It's set to take place on the 29th of November. It's all happening at the State Theatre in Pretoria, celebrating 26 years of Dr. Sello Galane's musical journey. Now, this iconic event will pay tribute to Malombo legends, just showcasing the significant impact that these artists have had in putting African music on the global stage. Dr. Galane, an internationally acclaimed musicology forensics expert, will perform with a star-studded band, bringing his unique blend of African music and jazz, of course, to the stage. Dr. Sello Galane is now in studio and joins us to chat a little bit further. Good morning and thank you for your time.
What a wonderful time to be with you, talking about Pula Festival when it's raining itself.
I mean, it couldn't have been any more serendipitous. And it's blessings on blessings.
It's
26 years of the reign of the blessings.
Precisely.
Let's reflect back on that for you. What does that mean? How do you take all of this in as you reflect back?
It's quite humbling because after I had met Dr. Philip Tabane, then he was not honored as doctor as yet. Okay. He was just Philip Tabane. And he really inspired me to develop a music concept and to grow it and to make sure that it is definable theoretically, but also it would have a body of work that represents a genre which I then called free kiba, which came from kiba music of the people in Limpopo and elsewhere in the continent. So the 26 years has been a journey of building that body of 350 original compositions to date. So we are presenting at the State Theatre that tapestry of a choice from 26 live albums, and one of them, I think, the third one we did live at M1 here at SABC.
Wow. You said part of our democratic story as well.
I'm telling you.
And it's important because it's representative of the diversity in our country. And to your point, there's that science element that has been added to be studied and understood. It's contributed to the global stage as well, and it's had a significant impact as well. Can you reflect a little bit more about that impact of Malombo legends there?
Yes. You know, because I then did my PhD on the case study of Malombo music and the legal aspects of copyright and so on and so forth. And so I took the template of developing a concept, you know, from a country and sell it to the world as the work of our country. So we get this kind of recognition and respect everywhere else we go. Because when we go out to the world, most musicians are interested in the rhythms of the music. Yes. They want to know, you know, the beauty of the language. They want to know the arrangement of the music. And it's all homegrown and has got international appeal and articulation with the music of the world. But it is homegrown, and we're really proud of being South Africans that took this kind of a new concept to the world.
Absolutely. And it continues to resonate with audiences around the world. So many highlights along a 26-year journey as well.
Indeed.
What stands out for you, especially when you go overseas and people ask about your country and what it represents? They want to know what you have to offer, not you being the second-rate version. So that originality really carries us in good stead.
It does, because when we performed in Washington, D.C. in 1996, and I remember at that time we'd just come from, you know, born into a new democracy, born into a new ethos of a people with a definition of their own that would have wanted to go out to the world and say, here are we have arrived. And when I got there were lots of different cultures from all over the world, because the Smithsonian Music of American Folk Life shows a tapestry of cultures from all over the world. And when we moved in and took our place there, you should have seen the reviews. I mean, we had media saying, can you please drum, show us the rhythms you're performing there, you're playing, how do you define them? And it was very interesting that we used a 4/4 time signature and a 6/8 and a 3/4 all in one song. Oof. And it was like, how do you get it right? We said, this is who we are.
Exactly. It's in our DNA.
It's our DNA.
And I actually wanted to look at that because over the years, it's about that collaboration. And
so it's about the collaboration.
indigenous knowledge systems,
Yes.
traditional sounds, tempos, rhythms, and fusing it with more contemporary works as well.
Of course.
And engaging on that front. What's that evolution also been like, and that experience in
That
collaboration?
evolution has been beautiful because you can imagine the indigenous Kiba music is played with just drums and dinaka, which are the one-note flutes, as well as maybe the horn, you know, the kudu horn. But we brought in bass, we brought in piano, we brought in a saxophone, we brought in, you know, the guitar, we brought in the vocal harmonies. So that it appeals to all people of the, but we made sure it does not lose the essence of the rhythmic definition and the vocal structures of call and response that always, characterize the music.
What does it look like in this day and age? If we reflect back on the evolution, how are people receiving it, embracing it as well? What is that next step that this milestone also has or trajectory that it takes on?
The trajectory that it takes on, what we have done, it's in between. We brought in the indigenous Kiba music in as special guests to create the contrast and the comparison. And this is what we have been able to do. Last year we had a full Dinaka, band that came in and showing the continuity from that, art form, the original authentic art form, to the adaptations that we have made. And so we have been able to even bring Mbira from Zimbabwe. We have been able to bring in the Kora, from East-West Africa. So we have tried all the blends, and we've worked with all types of musicians in the country and outside the country. Yeah. So you can imagine we've had Sello Galane on this band, we've had Kaya Mahlango on this band, we've had Lawrence Machiza, we've had Solomon Twedi, we've had Jimmy Mgwandi, we've had all different, who played different types of music, but particularly jazz, to bring in that feel.
It's a beautiful African story. I wonder if we're looking at the messaging that you're hoping to convey through this festival, what makes it unique as well, what the offering is. Can you maybe just tell us a little bit more ahead of it?
Yes, there are two things. One, we, as a country, we are not in a good space currently, politically and otherwise. So we are presenting music that will kind of get us to reflect. There's one last song that we do when we close the show. We say, after Madlanga.
Wow. Okay.
But it's called Ka Lerato Ka Kopano, so that we all come together as a nation and a people and remember to love one another, to respect one another, and to hold each other in perfect solidarity.
All under the South African banner. Under
the South African banner, indeed.
Well, we're wishing you all the best of luck. Thank you for the work that you've done. May you continue to flag the flag high for the country at large. I think we're also just looking at dates, times, where it's all happening, how people should come prepared. What should they be looking forward to? Are there special requests as well? How do we prepare for this?
Yes, it will be typically, an Africa theme, event, and we have lots of beautiful instruments. 29th of November at the State Theatre, and the tickets are available at Pick and Pay and Web Tickets. To avoid disappointment, we urge the patrons to grab their tickets now. We've already sold more than half. So let's let the audience come in thick and fast to make sure that they get a seat.
Especially because you're appealing to the continent and the diaspora. So you don't know at this point in the festive season what people are coming out for. I want to actually incorporate that into the theme of Africa Day this year. It was all about drums. You're big on drumming as well. Drumming to the silenced guns. And just to your point, politically, not only in our country, but around the world, things are questionable at times, skewed to the not so positive side. Can you tell us a little bit more about the significance of drums on that aspect? How it also aims to heal and unite through that?
Yeah, it's very important because we did this concept, with the ZACR, and we said silence the guns with the drums. And we've done this from 2019 during COVID to date. So drums are very important because besides their vibrations that kind of heal, you know, a troubled soul and mind, but they also are a point of solidarity where we come around in the village, where we come around in this global village and drum, you know. I don't know if many people know that the first thing that was banned during slavery was drums, that nobody should play drums. But when slavery was abolished, and when I visited Gore, and I was standing next to this big statue of a man and a woman standing on top of a drum with chains broken as a symbol of the end of slavery. Wow. That's the significance of a drum. Wow. Standing on top of a drum on the island of Gore. So you can imagine that big statue of, so the reconnection of a family again after. So drums are very important. So I'm presenting in this show a combination of deep African drums that I've collected in different parts of the world, but as well as I've brought in the electric drum, which is the Yamaha drum kit, and I'm showing the articulation between the best of both worlds.
All right. Well, that duality is important, remembering where we come from to know where we're going.
Exactly.
Dr. Sello Galane, thank you for your time. Again, continue to fly the flag high. Wishing you all the best ahead of that performance on the 29th of November. Dr. Sello Galane joined us this morning bright and early. It's raining here in Joburg, and we're chatting all things Pula Festival of African music. It's all happening on the 29th of November at the State Theatre. Again, thank you to him for his time. Let's take a quick ad break. We'll be right back after this.